She wags her finger at me scoldingly.
Like, then why'd you pick Shizune's route first?
Hello, survivors of the internet land. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, so we're back on this for a little bit. Here, the thing is that I've had like a lot of complications when it comes to hit start. So I'm here with A0, and we're doing a couple of episodes more of Katawa Shoujo. But yeah, it's been a while. Welcome back. As I walk back to the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is burnt auburn, almost orange, and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. Wouldn't it be
Is he
easier to have
colorblind?
long hair? I have no idea. I don't see orange. Auburn,
Yeah,
I
no,
get.
that's definitely not Allborn. I can understand, but not on.
Orange? What? The boy's uniform and lack of arms makes her look very thin, almost scrawny. Does that imply that she's not?
I mean, she looks pretty average to me.
Yeah, I don't see what. She's not particularly pretty, except for her murky green eyes, which flicker relentlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. Okay. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it, with them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see I can see this sight could discomfort people, especially when eating. It makes me feel uncomfortable at least. Or makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural. But it's too late now, isn't it? Well, at least he's getting, like I said, at least he's getting better. This was not the attitude when he first went into the school, so again, good. I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but enough time passes and the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors. Maybe you were my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Well, that's a straight answer. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Gee, I wonder who that could be. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. And that's all I can think to say. Both of us false up. Boy, I really relate to that sentence sometimes. Goddamn. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bit of her meal into her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's lists. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping. That's not immediate no, Hisao. What the hell? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Ren looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. Even if I did. Fair. I'll catch you around, Tesakua. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is a point good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine. Then I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling when you get someone stares at you isn't there. Oh. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Sal. There is something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. And that's enough of Ren, thank God. I quietly back out of the room as I shut the door in front of my face. I whisper to myself, what the I mean, what an intriguing person. Yeah, that's definitely what I said. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. Alrighty then. I heard that. Ah! Jesus. God damn it. What did you hear? I jumped at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Man, every day I listen to this character, I realize more and more that I'm just Misha. Jesus. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Sounds like you've been hanging around Kenji too long. And there she is. The one whose face I censored to annoy another friend of mine who likes her. I'm not gonna do that again. Shisune, standing slightly behind Misha, looking aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There are no club meetings today. He tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here? You took so long to come check out what's wrong. That's no good, He-chan. God damn it, I'm still cursed by dealing with these two. I want to move on and never talk to you again. She wags her finger at me scoldingly.
Like, then why'd you pick Shizune's route first?
Joe forced me to. And yeah, it sucked. I hated it. I literally danced and celebrated when the frickin' credits started rolling. It was terrible. Joe can tell you, it happened. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy. Alright, whatever, man. Oh, sorry, I got the things here. I was just gonna bring them. I think you're up to some mischief, He-chan. Who is there with you, I wonder? Oh my god. You don't think at all, Misha. Stop it. Misha signed something quickly to Tsune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Oh my god. Oh, she's gonna break open the door. She's gonna drop kick the door open. Bam! Tsune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door in the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Shisune's diligence and attitude, the insolence and daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. What rule says you can't sleep on top of it? There's no rules that say that.
Well, okay, even in a school like this, it's Japan, so there probably is a rule, but at the same time, it's not defacing property.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, I like Misha, but Shisune's far too annoying, and so when they come with a pair, it drives me crazy. And it's the exact opposite for Joe, too. Like, he likes Shizune, but hates Misha. For some reason, because he tolerates my ass for whatever reason. But just not Misha.
I mean, Shizune is like my third favorite. I just don't like her uptightness.
Yeah, that really just kills it for me most of the time. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders. From suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to furiously sign at Misha. Probably something offensive. No doubt. Okay, I'm being mean now. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. That's probably an explosion, yeah. She shoots a very loaded stare at me, too. What do you think I did in there? Stop it.
It's probably the opposite. It's that you didn't stop her.
Oh, fair enough. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if somehow it was my fault that Rin is sleeping on top of one of the tables. Oh, she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. And it's just Rin. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door. It takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hi, Rin. Oh, good. Just when I thought we were done. Now, good. These three are together. Fantastic. Hello. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you were doing? No, what do you think you were doing? You are absolutely not permitted to use school facility for such, disgraceful activity. Sure seems suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. God, this game.
I mean, for a certain subsection of people, she probably is.
Yeah. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Yasune/Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Man, that's my favorite way of ignoring of dealing with scolding. Just ignoring it. Yasune taps Misha's shoulders, points at Rin, and makes a quick sign. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Okay, I'll just sleep on the floor then. What are you gonna do about it? Ban floors? Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Kitsune's cold stare is putting on her. I mean, I keep wondering about that myself too. That's definitely not the answer she wanted to hear. And? Well, think about it harder. It's just literally, this is just an unmovable wall versus an unstoppable force. That's just what this is. As Misha sighs her reply to Sasude, her face turns to an unsatisfied frown. It's not a frown. Okay, that is. Ms. Takazuka. Wow. Ms. Takazuka. Please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like something threw up on their lunch on it. Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. God damn it. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. Sounds like Shizune is a stick in the mud. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha until, thank God, they're gone. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. You know, she's got a point. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unseen future. Okay, bye, Rin. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are the apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the classroom. So, no choice for you. Bye. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? Oh, never mind. We're still sticking with Rin. This paint can does not fit into my bag, but I need it. Fair enough. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. Or slash sleeping on. Or and sleeping on. Yeah, it was and. I love reading. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up and realize, Jesus Christ, paint cans are heavy. They are, though. Heavy. Yup. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? All the way outside. Away. Well, I mean, should have expected that answer, to be honest. And with that, she takes off the hallway, me and Pink Can following since there's little choice for either of us. True. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Shisude and Misha gone, so we too leave towards the stairwell on the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps I have to change the can from one end to the other because the thin handle cuts into my palm. Well then you don't hold it like that. Don't hold it like that. Hold it the other way like you're supposed to. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast and I can't figure out which. Sounds like it doesn't matter. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Oh god, not you.
Ah, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course.
Of course. He nods courteously at Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me he has some business with.
There was something I forgot to mention on Monday.
Ah, damn it, I thought that would be more text, so I didn't have to read. Screwed. I nodded and waited passively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel... Isn't this the part where he, like, makes a joke about lifting weights and lifts the can up a couple times? Pathetically. I think I remember this. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either.
It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your... Well, that's a weird sentence.
Yeah, really.
It's grammatically correct, but you could have phrased that so much better.
Yeah, it's so weird.
On your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects. Yeah, especially when you mix that many together. Jesus Christ.
It's also, thanks for talking to me about this in public. Thanks, Doc. Like, what the hell?
Well, you're literally the only ones around, and he probably didn't expect you to be alone.
Okay, fair.
Which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to a different kind of medicine.
So, let me get this straight, Doc. The medications might have complications, and I might need new medications. That is a really long sentence for, you might need new meds. God damn it! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, we'll do a few tests regularly, but what I'd want for you is to keep an eye on everything in your condition, anything that feels off, you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything, and come see me immediately if it happens.
All right.
So how are you? Everything fine?
Dying.
In like 2 days.
Yeah. If I go down the wrong path, I'll die. I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. So I'm gonna go for a colorful answer. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here. My parents. Who? Oh right, he has parents. I forgot. This matters so little in this story. Visitors, nurses, and doctors at the hospital. Oh, how are you feeling? Everyone seems concerned about that. Because you're in a hospital. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. It's it's a doctor. You're talking to a doctor.
Your doctor.
Your doctor. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the students' base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. Uh-huh. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often.
Kind of hard not to when the students' lives are literally in the faculty's hands.
Yeah. It's like the annoyance of working as a school teacher, but with the constant unnerving threat of working as a doctor. What a stressful job. Dear God. You could be giving a lecture and then suddenly one of your students could drop dead. Like, that would be just stressful as hell. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That was a nice long-winded explanation for I wanted to say something cool, but I didn't. What was
That's
your
great.
generic answer? Wait, what was the answer? Just ... That's it? Cool. Sorry, go on.
That's great. Also, one other thing.
You're a liar. I know you're not feeling well, you asshole. Stop lying to me.
My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool, so I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising as I have asked.
No. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on track since the very first day. No, you should just at least have been exercising, like you said. You know, because he's a doctor. I feel like in the previous episodes, we were kind of on Hisao's side a little. We're kind of like, the doctor's got to be pushy. But, like, now I'm just kind of like, but right now I'm just kind of like, yeah, no, he's trying to make sure you don't die. So you should listen. You have people spying on me? Wow. Okay.
Not so much, I just happen to know a few people, but that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it.
Bro, it's weird that you're spying on me. Pretty sure there's laws against that. None of these kids are of age.
Also, I don't know about Japanese schools, which, again, I believe this is based on, like, an actual institute, right?
I think so. I think it's based off Japanese schools, anyway.
In America, we do have cameras in our schools, so, like,
Yeah.
is that not a thing in Japan?
Yeah. Maybe they're just being extra careful, because who knows how many lawsuits can come out of this if you're not careful about it.
Oh, no, I meant, like, he might not have necessarily even talked to somebody. He might have just looked at the camera.
Looked at the cameras, yeah. Fair enough. Well, I was actually going to do some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. He does. He really, oh my god, can't believe I remembered this. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times, like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like he was never gone. Wow. Sounds like someone doesn't like that answer.
Tezuka, would you give us a second?
Foo! Gone. The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. Don't want to be visible on the cameras.
When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you are still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this.
The music just cut off as soon as he started talking.
The reason I'm coming down hard on you like this is that habits are not easy to form.
This is true.
True.
Oh, so true.
The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same thing with every thing, like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on?
Let's say yes. Yeah, I promise. Definitely. We do it once and then never again. He studies me for a moment, then shrugs, smiling again.
Okay, that's more like it.
Because it looks like from this, it says, like, your choice exercise, depending on whether you choose yes or maybe, follow the next sub-log guidelines. So it just sounds like there's more if you say yes. If you go...
I like it when things do that. I like that way much better, where, like, it's not important, but you do get some extra things.
Yeah, if you take a different option, or if you pick a specific option, yeah, exactly.
If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy. Okay, so he was talking to Emmy.
Yeah, he was talking about Emmy.
Who probably has... Well, hold on. He might have actually told Emmy to help us, and that's how he knew we weren't going. Who will probably have no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit.
Okay. Consultation? So I don't want to spoil it that much. You know,
See you around.
I'm gonna say off camera or something afterwards. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, as I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale light fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eye off of them. Oh, that's right. Isn't Rin's like the first one we just straight up tell her about our heart condition, because she forces us to, basically. or like,
Well, she was taking some guesses and in her own way.
and she
Kind of.
got and she made weird guesses, and he's like, no, it's this thing, because he didn't want it to be. I think she guessed it, but like she guessed it was something about our. And then she were like, no, it's my heart. For the love of God, it's not my. she, I think that's what happened. I don't remember. It's been a while. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes up more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. Fair enough. The nurse seems happily ignorant about confidentiality too. That could get a lawsuit. I'm just saying. that's suable.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but also in a place like this,
I don't know, man. Like this isn't a thing that exists. So who knows?
also remember, Japanese law might be a bit wrong.
Oh yeah, who knows? Yeah. Talking about that kind of thing in public, but it's not Rin's fault, is it? Not really. I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. If only Phoenix Wright was here, he could help. With his magmatama. Do 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 do. That was a weird reference. Yeah, they're from my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. That's not true. Well, they can help.
No. His condition, yeah, it's true. Like, it's treatable, but it's not curable. He isn't.
Treatable. So, can it make it better? Yes. Can it be cured? No. They're just making it a little less worse. Alright then. Well, close enough. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer. And she neither says anything further, nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. Yeah, that sounds like Rin. I'm thankful she doesn't, as I'm still not quite used to it, all this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building, and Rin leads us towards the dorm. We stop at a small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built of a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the most inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall, made some kind of bricks, and the building itself has been covered by some sort of painting. Most of it's still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall. But some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces, and legs, and hands. I can't tell you what the painting as a whole might portray. It's kind of the point. I'm pretty sure that's the point. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. See? The left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. That's called sleeping, but okay, close enough. I have to work on it, but the guys from the art class are helping with the negative spaces and the base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. He goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever of it there actually is, to demonstrate, even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around and makes me think it could look sadder than it does. It could. Well, okay. It's weird. But it seems to make me feel out of place, almost as if tangible reminder of the student's bases, special properties as it has the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feeling, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already. And she just keeps blathering on. Or keeps on blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out, and then figure out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So, this is your project. You did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but... Oof. I believe the words you're looking for is how? You insensitive bastard. I'm just kidding. I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. Do you really think Rin would be fazed by a statement? Come on. It's okay. You can say it. I probably won't get mad. Oh, wow, thanks. Probably won't. I blush really hard. I don't know what would be the right thing to say, if anything. There isn't, so just say the first one that comes to your head. If any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. There's a reason for that. It's because you are. This is really awkward. And that is the end of this episode. No, really.
Objection!
Oh. Yes?
I just remembered something. She said that the art students were helping her. She didn't do all of this.
Yeah, true. But it was her... I think she means it was her idea. But fair. But yeah, you're right.
Oh.
She did say it was helpful. I don't... But you got a point. She did say she got help. I think she meant it was most like the base idea and the base design.
Like the design. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Zero, for joining me for this episode. And we have been happy to have served you for this episode, and we will, of course, serve you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.